Hey there, I absolutely love System. Um, the only downside to it can see is really the fact that you can't add email addresses inside the platform. So what I've gone and done is I've changed the name servers over from my domain name email inbox blueprint.com, and I pointed those to Namecheap hosting, and then I've gone into Namecheap and created an email account. So let's add an email address into System. What we're going to do is go to the right hand side here where your profile picture is, go to settings, click that, and then scroll down to emails. And we're going to add a verified email address. Now you need to add a custom domain before you can do this. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and do that first. I've already done that, and I'm not going to show you that how to do that. There'll be another video tutorial on how you can add custom domains, but go into our emails here, and we're going to scroll down a little bit, and then we need to click this little blue link here that says click here to authenticate your domain and display the information in your email header. So we click that, and then domain name we're going to use is email inbox blueprint.com. Click on save. It's going to give you some settings that you need to enter into your DNS. And then you scroll down here to click here to confirm your email address. So we'll click that, and the new sender email is going to be info@email-inbox-blueprint.com. Click on the blue save button, and you can see that it says email address added. Let's just refresh that page. So I need to put the DNS settings here. So you'd normally get a pop-up. Because I've added this and removed it, it's not showing me that pop-up. So you just, if you can't see it, underneath this DNS settings here, just click on the little grey eye icon there that turns blue. Click on that, and that will give you the domain authentication instructions. So we need to create 4 DNS records. We need to create 3 CNAMEs, 1 text record. That text record is the DMARC policy that you're going to set up, and then the other 3 are just the CNAMEs. So depending on your host or your DNS provider, sometimes you only need to just copy the part before that first dot, like that. And in other providers, you need to copy the whole part of that name there. Namecheap allows me to add just that bit there, and then it's going to give me, it's going to input the rest itself. So the first CNAME record, I'm going to my cPanel zone editor. I'm going to click on add record, add CNAME. I'm going to put that value in there, and you can see that it's already added .email inbox blueprint for me. And I'll need that value there. I'm going to copy that, go back and put that in as the record. Click on save. And we just need to repeat that another 2 times. So I'll pause the video, I'll add these records, and then we'll come back to the next part. So we've got all the DNS settings added now. So inbound system IO, key 1, key 2, and the DMARC records. Those are all done. So when you've done that, and you've added your email address, it's going to say pending on these. We're going to now go into the inbox of that verified email address, and you can see that system.io has sent me a confirmation email. So open that up, and you can see a little link there. Look, to verify your email address, click here. So you're going to click that, and then confirm sender email address. Click on that blue button, confirm, and that's successfully confirmed. So we just go back into our mailing settings now. That domain name is pending. That email address is verified. Give it an hour or 2, and you should see that status change from pending to verified. Now, if after 24 hours you don't see that status say it's verified, I'm just going to refresh that one more time to make sure. It's still pending. What we need to do then is just click on DNS settings. Get one of these names here from your CNAME. Then head on over to dnschecker.org, paste that into that box there, and then choose CNAME from the drop down. I'll just do a quick search and that will tell you whether that's live. And you can see that those DNS settings are live throughout that propagation map there. So then all I would do then is go to contact us, system.io, enter your name, email address, subject line, a message, whatever else, and send a message to the support team, and you should see that domain name status change from pending to verified. Okay, so I've left it 24 hours. I've actually left it a little bit longer. I had to move on to something else. But the domain name email inbox blueprint has now got a verified status. The DNS settings have been added. So all we need to do now is move down to the sender part here where it says email address, and you want to change this to the email address that you set up in the previous step. So this is going to be info at email inboxblueprint.com, and then the sender name, we're going to change that as well to email inbox blueprint. Moving on from that, then you see that the testing email address, so leave this as it is. You want to ideally want to put a fresh email address in there, one that you've never used with this domain, so you can just see where it lands, whether it's going to go into the inbox primary tab, spam folder, or any other folder. So leave that as it is. So mine's Nathan Jackson at Gmail. Automatically send a test email when saving a newsletter. Make sure that's ticked. And then you've got the double opt-in here, edit confirmation email. I'm going to leave that for now. What you want to focus on is the automatic list cleaning. I would recommend that you activate these. And if you see this first one here, it says every week, unsubscribe or delete all contacts who have not opened any email for, and then you can choose the number of weeks, and who have never purchased anything. What I recommend you do is you tick that and make it every week, delete all contacts who have not opened any email for 6 weeks and who have never purchased anything. And the simple reason you want to make sure that's ticked and use those settings because you don't want to clog up your system with contacts that are just not opening your emails, not engaging, because then what happens then is just going to affect your sending reputation, because you're sending to people who are not opening your emails, so they're probably going to end up in spam or promotions tab. Nobody's seen them, nobody's engaging with those, so it's just a waste of your time and effort. So delete all contacts who have not opened any email for 6 weeks and who have never purchased anything. And on the next one here, tick that box. What you want to do is every week unsubscribe all contacts who have not opened any email for, and again we'll do 6 weeks, and who have already purchased something. So those are the people that are going to be inactive on your list, the least engaged. So you don't want to be sending to those again for the same reason as what we mentioned in this setting. They're not opening the emails. You're losing your engagement. You want to be sending to people who are opening, engaging, clicking, scrolling, reading, spending time on that email. So just unsubscribe all contacts who have not opened any email for 6 weeks, and delete contacts who have not opened any email for 6 weeks and who have never purchased anything. So the static footer there that's displayed at the end of every marketing email, you can put text in there if you want to, and then underneath, display my affiliate link at the end of each email I send. I recommend you leave that ticked, and then display unsubscribe from campaign link. Make sure that's ticked as well. And then the unsubscribe link text, unsubscribe now, or whatever you want to put in there, you can put into that box. So there you go. Once you've done all those, just click on save. Quickly run through the settings to make sure they're all saved, and then you're ready to start creating your email campaigns or advertising your offer. The next thing you'll want to do then is just head on over to emails at the top here and scroll down to campaigns, click on that link, Then we're going to create a campaign. It's just going to be a test campaign. So the campaign name can be testing, and then the description, testing email sending. Click on save. And then we'll just click on the campaign name. And then we're going to create our first email. So the subject line is going to be testing 123 ... The sender name, email inbox blueprint. It should already be set from your settings page. The sender email. Choose your editor. We're just going to use Classic Editor for this one. All we're going to do is just quickly send out a test email. Click on save. And then you'll be faced with the campaign building tool here. So the subject line is testing 123. The preview text, you can put something in there like, did you get this? Okay. And I'm going to go over to my email account because I've got a test email content here I'm going to use. So I'm just going to select all that. Go back over to my campaigns, paste that in there. And then at the top here, I'm just going to put in hi, move that down the line, hi, and then from these available personalization substitutes, I'm going to choose first name. So I'll copy that, paste as plain text, hi first name. That's the text for the email, and then speak soon, and my signature, or whatever I want to close the email with. So I've put speak soon, Nath, email inbox blueprint. The text of this, check the size of that. Text size, I've gone with 16 there. That's all we're doing is just testing whether this lands in our inbox or whether it goes into spam or whatever, and to make sure that all the settings are correct. So just put your text in there, and then all we're going to do then is click on save and test. The test email is set up from the settings page, but if you want to change that, you can do so here. So there's my test email. I'm going to click on confirm. And then that test email has been sent. I'm going to go to my inbox. Just get rid of that message. And as you can see, it's landed in the primary tab, email inbox blueprint. I'm going to open that message up. And there's the text. So it's landed in the primary tab, which is great. The next thing you can do is click on the three dots here where it says more, show original. It's going to open up in a new window. You can see here that the message ID from email inbox blueprint, the from name, the to name, the subject line. And what we're looking at is to make sure that the SPF says pass, DKIM says pass, and the DMARC says pass. And then I'm going to select all this text, the source code of that email. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to open up a new window, and I'm going to go to spamcheck.postmarkapp.com. I'm going to paste the contents of that email in there, and I'm going to click on check score. And that's just going to give you a quick overview of what that spam score is there on our email. You can see it's excellent. If there's any errors, you'll see this really high, and it'll give you an explanation as to the reason why it's high. But that message looks great. So we're all ready to start sending our campaigns. If you're not landing in the primary tab, you land in the promotions, or you go into the spam folder and you have got an issue somewhere, you probably want to check that out and probably buy the email inbox blueprint course as well. And that's going to help you improve your deliverability. But that's basically how you add an email account to the system dashboard and set up your campaigns for sending